My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire, where we are yet again going to be having another run at the Silent Ascent in 13. Poor bosses. I just take pity on them, you know? Lose all gold for a random rare relic, you know I love that. Stone Calendar at the end of turn 7 deal 52 damage to all enemies. That effectively is just a ticket that says, yeah, kill as many elites as you want this floor. Go ham, bud. And thank you very much, video game. I will take that into consideration and immediately comply. If I don't need to take 2 damage that turn, I'm not going to take any damage that turn. Sadly, I do need to take some damage this turn and don't really have a choice about it. Lame. Taking 2 damage last turn wouldn't have prevented me from having to take the 3 there, though, so... You know, I'm still coming out ahead. Take a copy of Backflip. It's more important we get defensive things early because of the pickup of Stone Calendar. I'll also upgrade Neutralize instantly. Get that weakness for 2 turns. Now that's some real power. Alright, Jawworm. There's no way you're lasting the... Damn it. Acted too quickly there, frankly. Could have gotten 6 more damage in that turn. Alright, enemies not defending this turn. Possible that I draw lethal, but unlikely. Just short thereof, though. And hey, the Ring of the Snake does actually end the match for us. Neat. I'll take a single copy of Skill to bout all of the elite aggression that I really want in the deck. Started combat with 4-plated armor. You know I love me that. Merchants now... Oh, sorry. Everything at the merchant costs 20% less, and all cards, relics, and potions are restocked. So if I need to live 7 turns in this, what do I need? I think I need to actually take out one of the sentries myself. I effectively decided that a while ago, but I'm only just catching you up. 52 damage to all enemies, so yeah, it is just lethal. On all of them, I just need to make sure that one of them gets down so that I don't have to worry about their output of damage. One more turn of defending, and then literally it doesn't matter what I draw here, and it doesn't matter what the enemies want to do next turn, or what I draw that turn. They're all already dead. Neat. Prayer Wheel, normal enemies drop an additional card reward, as well as Burst, Cloak and Dagger, Corpse Explosion. Corpse Explosion is already kind of in the deck by Stone Calendar, but Corpse Explosion can trigger faster. Burst is pretty good defensively, but not with what we currently have. I'll take the Corpse Explosion. Yeah, I'm happy to have it. Hell, I'll even upgrade the Corpse Explosion really quickly. I'm thinking specifically about the fact that enemies next floor respawn during combat, and also Elite Fights next floor. You don't want to be in those for, you know, more than 5 turns. So waiting 7 doesn't seem like a great idea for us. Deadly Poison, possibly Deflect. We have Draw, and we have 2 high-cost cards in the deck at the moment. So Deflect helps us kind of lower the cost of the deck, get a little bit more defense in there. Both of those are really important to us. Footwork, as much as the Adrenaline is huge, Footwork is way larger for us, and it helps bolster the choice of that Deflect. Yeah. Runic Dodecahedron, if your HP is full, gain energy at the start of your turn. Yeah, that's actually not impossible for us to satiate relatively consistently as well. Probably should have gone with Satisfy, but yeah, let's go with Satiate instead. Okay. Frontliner down. Does a bunch of damage to the backliner for me. See, as it turns out, Corpse Explosion is still useful. Liquid Bronze, as well as probably Escape Plan. Oh my god. 2 copies of Escape Plan. Hell yes. Paper Crane. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25% less. Okay, we are in such a good position here. Do I open with No, I open with Deadly Poison. There's no reason to. No, well, actually, I open with Corpse Explosion because Corpse Explosion is more expensive and Deadly Poison. No, wait, I don't open at all. That's right. I don't open until the enemy is right about to start attacking me because I want the Stone Calendar to increment as many times as possible. I was thinking I wanted to do the opening with Corpse Explosion so that I still had Deadly Poison in that initial cycle. But, oh god, really? That's awful. Almost all of the rest of my cards are defensive. I got 5 aggressive cards in that opening hand there. Oh, that's so bad. It's actually frustratingly bad. Alright, whatever. We've got the kill here. Popped him. Gotta remember, by the way, the prayer wheel, normal enemies drop an additional card reward. That's why I'm only getting 1 here. Obviously, footwork we want in our opening hand. Sucker Punch is actually a little bit better now that I have the Paper Crane. So, you know what? I'll take another source of weakness in the deck happily. I'm very, very, very hopeful that the final elite on this floor is not the Gremlin knob, but because of that pickup, specifically of the Sucker Punch, we should be a little bit better against them. Just a mite more survivable. Also, those escape plans are incredible, but that is the downside, right? If I get a Gremlin knob early, they could be my death. Strength Potion, as well as... I'll take none of those. Neat. Alright, I just need to defend myself as best as I can. We might end up just going with Corpse Explosion. No, I need to lower the incoming damage. Just play safe. I might still end up Corpse Explosioning, but we are 6 draws into the next deck, so it's also quite likely we don't. I'd have to commit all of my damage to kill the sentry in the front line, so we'll avoid doing that. Alright, Corpse Explosion's still a possibility here. Come on, damage for the back line. Nope. That's okay, though. We had defense. Pop them all. Hair, upon pickup, raise your max HP by 10. A lot of the problem that... Oh my god, another escape plan. A lot of the problem that I typically run into when I run decks that get a Stone Calendar early is I just neglect to put any damage in them because I'm thinking, oh, Stone Calendar has got my back. But here, I've definitely sorted that out, it looks like. It looks like I've definitely, probably, possibly sorted that out. You know what I mean? Savvy. At least the enemy's weakened for next turn. That's not bad. Most of our defensive cards have gone past, unfortunately, though. Not all of them, evidently. Ooh, neat. Can't really weaken the enemy again this turn, so I will end up taking 1 damage, but stacking some poison on them, especially considering it the ridiculously slow rate I kill. Super useful. So the enemy is going to split this turn. I mean, that's the best I can do. No need to fret over it. Everyone dies at the end of this turn anyway. Wraith form. That just gives me time. It's almost certainly the correct decision here. With Corpse Explosion as well as the Stone Calendar in the deck, a lot of the time what we're doing is waiting. Extra energy is really important because of the extra draw, the X cost card, the 3 cost card, the 2 cost card. Yeah, I know we're in Ascension 13, but I kind of have to take this. Damn it. This isn't even related to the video game, but I've just seen out of the corner of my eye that my phone has started boot looping again. If anyone happens to know a reliable way to stop the Pixel XL original generation from boot looping, I'd really appreciate that. If not, then just know that... Oh, I have to turn it over, because it keeps illuminating itself suddenly out of nowhere, which has told me it's restarted again, which is really, really frustrating and quite distracting. I need to put that out of my mind to focus here. So the opening turn, the enemy attacks typically for 6x2 by this point. No, 7x2 by this point. So it should be 5x2 now. No, 4x2 because of the Paper Crane applying the extra weakness there. These escape plans are so huge for us. Monumentally huge. This enemy attacks every single turn, so I can't really give you too much information about what they're going to be doing, because they're just going to do something nutty. Thankfully, I've got the weakness. 4x2. I can tell you they won't do the same attack 3 turns in a row. I can tell you that much. Don't know how much that'll help you, though. So, Runic Dome. You can no longer see your enemy's intents. In a deck that is primarily defensive, the downside of Runic Dome is heavily mitigated, because you already intend to defend almost all of the time. How does it change how you're playing? Right? You aren't reacting to the incoming damage from the enemy. Sweet. There's an argument to be made for dash here. Probably not for reflex, though. Dash? It's a singular large directed hit as well as defending ourselves. It's a great way for me to defend myself. Yeah, because there's multiple of us. Actor, writer, key grip, fluffer, you know, multiple. Okay, they're both attacking for 11 this turn, but if I want to kill both of them, I pretty desperately need to put that out on the field. They both hit me for 11. Oh, yikes. If I could kill that backliner right now with the fire potion, I would, but I can't, so I won't. Again, 11 per. I mean, that's lethal. Another copy of Deflect is actually... No! It's either Blur or Leg Sweep here, definitely. Leg Sweep is huge for the extra weakness it provides to the deck. Blur is huge for the fact that I get to keep my decks for the next turn. I'm taking Leg Sweep. Weakness is just too powerful. Speaking of weakness being powerful, we'll drop the fire potion for a weakness potion. Being able to keep the Book of Stabbing in particular weakened the entire combat is damned important. I need footwork out there as much as I don't want to have to use it. And I start attacking the highest HP enemy. They're all just buffing themselves this time, by the way. I'll start attacking the highest HP enemies so that if I get... Yeah, we're going to Wraith form here. That actually defends me against all incoming damage for 2 turns here. So, 1 turn. Thank you, Thread Needle, for defending me. Sweet. And then next hand, I'm very, very, very likely. In fact, I think I have an escape plan in there, and I do. Neat. So I'm guaranteed to get the kill on the cultists in the midline, and since it has the highest max HP out of all of the cultists, it kills all of the rest of them. That's exactly what I was looking forward to. Another copy of Sucker Punch is probably too much weekend in the deck now. Piercing Whaley is really big, especially because I am going to be going for 3 elites this floor, so It's relatively likely that I end up with that in the right combat. Sweet. The right combat being the... Well, actually, there's two elites that it's quite good against, right? It's good against the Gremlin leader as well, because Gremlin leader has the multi-attack. But more than that, it's good against the Book of Stabbing. Sure. Wraithform does need to be upgraded as soon as possible, but... eh. Come on, kill that frontliner. Or not. I still am not in negative decks at this point, so... kind of sitting pretty. Ugh, damn it, I was really hoping the backliner wasn't also attacking that turn. Whatever, they're both dead. Backflip is huge. After Image is pretty good, but Deadly Poison is probably better for us right now. After Image is a lot of defense. After Image is a lot of defense. Let's go to a shot. Ooh. There's another footwork on sale, and there's Lee's Waffle. It's just, is there any way that I don't take those two? If there is, I don't see it. Sweet. So let's see if we get weakness here on turn 1. We're probably definitely not playing Wraithform here. So we don't get weakness on turn 1, but the enemy is either attacking for 21 on turn 1 or they're attacking for 7 by 2. If they're attacking for 21, we're defended. 7 by 2, we're defended. So it was 7 by 2. Neat. And again, no matter what they're attacking for this turn, we're defended. They can either decide to... So they start by hitting you for a 7 by 2, and then every turn past that, they can either alternate to do a large attack, which is 21, or they can do 7 by 2 plus 1 for the amount of times that it's been used prior. Again here, we're not in danger because the enemy's weakened, specifically there. We also use Thorns in this combat because the enemy multi-hits so often. Having this enemy weakened is the most important, the single most important thing that we can do. Also, Lee's Waffle, by the way, has gotten us back up to the trigger of the Runic Dodecahedron. Funnily enough, I actually wasn't even thinking about that when I picked it up. I definitely should have been, but I wasn't. Sweet. That is a pretty good elite right there. Or a Calcum if you want to turn without block, gain 6 blocks. So if we had to turn without block, we get 10. Neat. From Orichalcum and the plated armor triggering at the same time. Both of these footworks need to be upgraded. They are non-negotiable. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if the backliner is attacking this turn. They can attack, or they can not. I know, isn't it weird? I'm digging through the deck looking for... Did not manage to find it. Lame. I was digging through the deck looking for the Corpse Explosion. Backliner could be attacking this turn as well. Yep, they decided to go for the attack, but we were well prepared. And they're definitely not attacking this turn, so they'll be summoning. That is, the Gremlin leader in the backline will be summoning. No, they buffed? Huh. I'm really, really surprised by that. I was very much hoping to get my Corpse Explosion out on one of these targets. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I do get to be ridiculously over-defensive this turn. Sweet. Hopefully you're summoning again. But again, I can't really speculate too effectively on that. Nope. Big hit. That's fine, because we well defended ourselves. Got him. Third phase turn. Whenever you play power, heal for 2 HP. We have 3 powers in the deck at the moment. Dodge and roll is huge because we have 2 copies of footwork. Tori, whenever you receive 5 unblocked attack damage, beat the heart. I know, it's a very powerful relic. This is really unfortunate as far as opening hands for this deck goes. Or rather, as far as opening hands for this deck go. There goes my max HP. Blur is really good in this deck, but the leg sweep is going to be incredible. Against bosses especially. I desperately want to play Wraith Form, but Corpse Explosion needs to be played this turn. There's no two ways around that one. Ow. Ow. I want to leave them alive for another... Yeah, I actually do that. So I Piercing Wail here, and then I'll hit you. The incoming damage is actually not going to get through my block. But it gives me another turn to set up enough damage to kill the Taskmaster when they all blow up. Neat. Tiny chests. Upon pickup, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. A single copy of Terror? Yeah, almost certainly not for this deck. Wraithform needs to be upgraded, and it's a little more important as I get closer and closer to a boss. Enemies not attacking this turn, they're just debuffing us, so... I don't need to play anything extra, though. I better just not defend this turn, right? No, Corpse Explosion is actually important here. So I can get still 17 defense this turn. So Tail Whip, so they're probably going for a single large attack this turn. I don't know if I can kill them quickly enough to play that Wraith Form and actually be comfortable with it. We'll give it a go. We are super vulnerable now. The enemy definitely should have attacked by now, but I'm not going to remind them of that. Like, attacked for a larger hit than the vulnerability. Yeah, Bite is the large hit. So the intangibility is now worn off. Pitching in as much damage as I possibly can here. Enemy still was weakened, I think, that turn. Yikes. This is not a good turn for us. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. Stone Calendar coming in clutch. Another copy of Backflip's actually still pretty good. Sucker Punch is no longer necessary, though. Even if it's pre-upgraded. I don't want to take too much damage here. There's the possibility that, you know, playing 3 powers in this fight, 3 powers in this fight, I end up back on full HP. Oh, no, but I have to take 8 damage to leave here. All right. So the backliner is attacking for 6x2. Frontliner is just self-buffing. So we're already full defended. I guess I'll try and do some damage. I was thinking I might leg sweep the frontliner so that I actually weaken their attack next turn, but their attack next turn is 6 damage. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if I don't block at all this turn, I'm still fully defended. Like that. So there's that debuff. Finally got triggered on us. Ooh. That is a lot of block to gain this and next turn. We're vulnerable now. That is actually really, really awful. Because of that vulnerability, I'm probably going to play Wraith Form here. I forgot that we had Wraith Form in the deck. Well, I didn't forget that we had Wraith Form in the deck, but nor did I forget that Wraith Form is a power. But when I was thinking about the powers in my deck, I didn't immediately think about Wraith Form. One more return in intangibility, so I don't even need to attack that cultist. Now when it dies, it kills the backliner. Well, half of the HP of the backliner at the very least. Got him. Steroid potion as well as no... Yes. It's probably the other footwork. If we can just over-defend while we stack our admittedly meager amounts of poison, we should be reasonably okay. I'll weaken the enemy this turn for the possibility of not losing any HP here. Nice. It's obviously far from Wraith Form time. So unfortunately, there's very, very little that I can tell you about what the enemy is going to be doing here. They are not extremely determinate in their actions. But I can tell you what I'll be doing here, which is I am going to be attempting to stack as much block as possible every turn and deal a little bit of damage. The enemy will scale whilst I'm doing this. But hopefully I can get to my poisons quickly enough for it to be still relatively good overall for me. Keeping the enemy weakened is also huge here. So as you can see, that turn they gain 3 strength. We're not going to want them to do that too often. Because soon they become basically unkillable for us. Well, unkillable. Undefendable? Indefensible. Although you typically describe an action as that rather than a person. Double dodge and roll here. Enemy's still not below their half HP. Now they're below half HP. Okay, so this turn they are going to purge, which means they will purge all of their debuffs that are applied. Neat. And they also buff themselves. And then this turn, wow, this is a really bad hand for me. That was awful. This turn they execute for a ridiculous amount of damage because we're still vulnerable and didn't have many defensive cards in that hand, despite the fact that the Dirk is mostly defensive cards. I'd really like to play Wraith Form here, but we're still too early in the fight to play that because we haven't got enough poison built up on the enemy to actually kill them at any reasonable rate here. I can't draw a Corpse Explosion with that backflip. If I do, I lose so much. Okay, so now we're vulnerable again, but at the very least we have some defense. Hell, an incredibly reasonable amount of defense, frankly. So Execute does damage to us, but not enough to make us the world's saddest man. This'll hurt. You're not executing again this turn, are you? I can't be certain. I don't think they are, but... yeah, face slap. I should have put the poison on them that turn. Definitely. The enemy is now executing this turn. We're just dead. Damn. What? Despite our vulnerability? Could have sworn we would have died there. Alright, well, we'll get the Wraith Form out now. I'm effectively just waiting on Skewer, and I'll use Steroid Potion. Or not. We have enough time. By champ. Only 21 turns worth of combat there. Regen Potion as well as another Corpse Explosion. The deck is quite thick. Having another Corpse Explosion enables me to deal with AoE a lot better. I would love to take the Energy Relic here, trust me, but with the amount of deflects and escape plans we have in the deck, that just seems irresponsible, frankly. Runic Pyramid. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. That does set us up for just playing Wraithform at the right turn, playing everything at the right turn. The problem with playing everything at the right turn is because I can't see my enemy's intents, I don't know when the right turn is as well as I otherwise might. I still think it's the best option here for us, though. I might want to put something like Concentrate in this deck so that I can actually cycle cards out of my hand without playing them. Because we could end up with a bunch of junk in hand that we desperately don't want to play and don't really have an outlet for. They're very, very, very unlikely to be dealing more damage than this turn. So the back and the front liner can both attack twice in a single turn, which is pretty painful to see. Come on, find me a Corpse Explosion. A Piercing Wail here, so that I can be a little more aggressive if it calls for that. In fact, I think it does call for that, so we'll skewer this turn as well. Unfortunately, now I'm negated 2 cards in my next draw because my hand's already full. I really think Wraithform here is important. It is. I'll also start using the regen potion just to try and get myself back to full HP. Start getting the extra energy from Runic Dodecahedron. My god, both of the Corpse Explosions are at the very bottom of the deck. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Alright, well, they're all dead next turn anyway. And I've got my full HP. Another copy of Leg Sweep is pretty huge, but depending on who the boss is at the end, Piercing Wail could be huger. Let's think about that for a little longer. I think it actually is the Piercing Wail. It's more effective on the lead up as well. Dolly's Mirror. Obtain an additional copy of a card in your deck. Getting an additional copy of Wraithform is really, really good power-wise. But it obviously has the problem of until we get to fights that we desperately want to play it in, it's a dead card and it holds up our hand as well. It's definitely difficult to play. And the deck doesn't have much aggression as well as the problem. So maybe I want to supplement the aggression by getting some more aggressive cut. No, I don't think I do. Yep, alright. Second Wraithform. Ooh, Latin. Started combat with additional energy. Yeah, I'll actually take that. I would have taken the Oldest Smooth Stone as well. Wasn't expecting to want to send all of my money into the Abyss there, but ended up wanting to. They're not too likely to deal damage to me that turn without even playing the Piercing Wail there, but... Oh, no, they all decided to attack. Okay, they may well have done. Okay. So I'm playing this Wraithform early so that I can get one of the Spikers down to low HP. I don't have to care about the Exploder anymore. Because it blows up and it does, what, 1 damage to me? Neat. It's so powerful, I'm terrified. And there we go. Pre-upgraded Deadly Poison, huge. Bouncing Flask, a little less huge. Also, a little bit difficult to play. That difficulty in playing it is probably the reason I shouldn't take it here. Taking another copy of Deflect is actually fine, though, because I have... Oh, my God. Snecko Skull. Whenever you apply a poison, apply one additional poison. Me. Well, no. I was about to go for well-laid plans in a deck that already retains every card. Gosh, I'm dumb. Alright. I think I need to go for a couple upgrades here. We've been ignoring a lot of upgrades so far, and it's not gonna work out well for us in the long term. Yeah, I don't have a single catalyst in this deck, so this is just not happening. Well, I'm not fully defending this turn, so I may as well Wraith Form. Start poisoning them. If I manage to get the other Wraith Form, then we're totally fine, but... in the interim, I should actually probably just focus on drawing cards, right? Hey, there we go. That's the other Wraith Form. Neato. Nice try, bud. Catalyst. Yes. I was already told. I was literally, as we were walking into that fight, about to say, well, we don't have a catalyst, so... Well, we do. Now. Definitely the Sapphire key there. No need for the pen nib. Unfortunately, this enemy has so many different intents that they could be using, and I can't tell you at all which they will use. And for that same reason, I can't really play around their intents at all either. We went for a single large hit that turn, as it turns out. Their whole mechanic is based around the fact that you're supposed to be able to see what their intent is and then decide whether or not you want to attack them again in order to change their intent. But obviously, that doesn't work in this scenario. And obviously, I'm mad about it. I'm just going to assume that they are never doing their singular large... sorry. I'm just going to assume that they're not going to put a curse in my deck. But they could decide at any point to do that. Hell yeah. Dex potion, way better than a steroid potion for us. Another copy of Dodge and Roll. Probably the last copy of Dodge and Roll. We don't want to be too defensive heavy. Like, we obviously already are extremely defensive heavy. But if we get too defensive heavy... Reptomancer is almost certainly summoning this turn. But I do need to kill all of your creeps. They put wounds in your deck, and those wounds I would never be able to discard. The Reptomancer might be attacking this turn, and if they are, they're probably doing a multi-attack. They aren't, but never mind. We still end up taking no damage. Good. So I'm trying to set up at this point to Corpse Explode. The backliner is definitely attacking me for 25 this turn. Yeah, I'll be taking damage. Lame. Cool, so I can get Wraith Form out one. Let's Catalyst now. Then Wraith Form 2 next turn. And then just wait. This is exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about wanting the second Wraith Form. Hell, even wanting the first Wraith form, I wanted exactly this. Just the ability to stall fights until whatever, it's fine, it's done now. Gremlin Horn, whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. Blur, obviously blur. Noxious Fumes, Catalyst. Yeah. Nothing else could even possibly pique my interest there. We'll definitely upgrade the Catalyst. Depends on when we get Noxious Fumes as to whether or not it's useful or a card in our deck. The enemy attacks for maximum 13, so I don't need to defend for more than 13 in the first 4 turns of combat. But I do want to empty out my hand a little bit, just so that I have space. It's important that I find and play every poison card. Sweet. Now I just Wraith form and wait. This is a really, 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 really powerful build. Darkstone Parry up to whenever you obtain a curse. Increase your max HP by 6. I actually don't want card draw anymore. Recall in order to get the final key. It looks like with the double deadly poison opening here. I'll Piercing Wail, because I don't know if the enemy is attacking or not attacking this turn. But it looks like with the double deadly poison opening... Oh, we ended up taking 1 damage lane. At the very least, I can heal back up. But with the double deadly poison and hell, even Noxious Fumes opening that we've managed to pick up here. I only get to play 1 card next turn. Oops. But it looks like we'll be waiting for catalysts and then just playing a bunch of those. Probably the best card that I could have picked up there, so I'm really pleased about it. So we're going to try and skip the second phase of this boss by just dealing enough damage in 2 turns that there's nothing they can... Like, they can't actually even spawn into the phase. So 5 cards this turn or 3 cards this turn, probably 3. Could play 2 escape plans. Yeah. Provides extra defense, but also gets over that hill. There's catalyst number 1 already. Okay. It's really important I empty out my hand so that I can get both of the catalysts. Next turn, I should just be able to kill, though. Bye-bye. Great order of cards to draw there. That was a damn near perfect fight for order of cards drawn. So that's Ascension 13 complete. Now let's see if we can cap it off with a heart win as well. Having After Image upgraded means that I can negate the Beat of Death. Sweet. I'll take the Gambler's Brew here so that I can effectively say, this is a really bad draw. I would like a different one instead, please. I'm very polite when I do it. Ugh. Okay, we're going to be taking a pretty reasonable amount of damage this time. Well, it's possible. The backliner might not be attacking, or they're attacking for 21. Can't tell you. The frontliner is definitely attacking for 6x2 right now, I believe. 21 and then 6x2. Wraith form just starts getting played here, definitely. Desperately important that we do that. Gotta get some cards out of my hand. Come on. Need corpse explosion. Must kill corpses. Both of the catalysts. As soon as I get corpse explosion, I just murder both of them instantly. Well, at least I get more turns of intangibility while I wait. Hand way too full. Thank you. Boom. Bronze Scales, started combo 3 Thorns. Neat. Nightmare. That could just hit a Catalyst and then life is hilarious. We might actually want it to hit a deadly poison. Just, no. No. No, Ryan, no. What are you trying to justify? Play a defensive card first so that I don't start taking damage yet. Play these skewer. I don't want that in my hand at all. Hell, it could even just hit a nightmare. Sorry, a nightmare. Wraith form. Then we're safe forever. Never mind. It's Nightmare Catalyst. Ow. See, the enemy's doing their multi-attack this turn. Neat. So that means that Piercing Wail will actually fully defend me this turn. So I can start just dropping catalysts left, right, and center. We're already fully defended. My only remaining goal is survival. But that's fine, because the enemy takes 300 damage this turn, so they're just dead. Got him. Hell yeah! Oh, even before the Stone Calendar went off. That was a damned fine run, if I do say so myself. Couple mistakes there in the early, but straightened up and flew right by the very end. Pick up 2074 in terms of a score. Not half bad. Not half bad whatsoever. Let's actually have a look. I want to see how I'm doing in, like, weekly leaderboards. 2012, 2074, 1978. Yeah. Reasonable. About 1,000 on each of them. Somewhere around there. For win streak, probably not. Doing okay, but that's just because I play a lot of this game. And fastest victory. Oh, that is a quick victory right there. Pretty quick on the silent as well. And not so much on the defect. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time, actually? How's next time for you? 4:30 next time? Catch you then.